Perfect. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Friday, October 11th overflow meeting for the Board of Zoning Adjustment. We only have 4 members today. I'm going to ask Anna to explain the rules of today's meeting since we only have 4 members. Anna?
Yes, 1 second, pulling up the description for this hybrid meeting, and I'll get into when people will need to acknowledge or consent to the 4 people. So, and my camera's on.
There you go. Good morning, Anna.
Morning. Okay, so for those online, for everyone online today, there are 2 categories of people participating in the meeting. We have attendees and panelists. So right now, the only panelists are commission members and city staff. If you are an applicant or a citizen who is interested in a case, you're going to use the raise hand function, which there should be a ribbon at the bottom of your screen that's got a little hand icon. You're going to click this when the BZA secretary calls your case, and this is going to let staff know that you wish to be promoted. And that promotion happens, it is going to appear very temporarily that you've been disconnected, but please don't panic. This is just Zoom switching your category from attendee to a panelist position. We ask that you change your username to your legal name and either the docket number or case number that you are interested in speaking on. This is going to help with the promotion process. If you're calling in on a standard phone line, we understand that you can't adjust your screen name, but of course you can still provide testimony by hitting the star button followed by the number 9. This will tell city staff that you wish to speak on a case. At the time of promotion, everyone needs to turn on their camera and microphone so that the commission can see and hear you when it is time for you to speak. If you are not actively giving testimony, your microphone does need to be muted at all other times, and this is to avoid audio disruptions. The following applies to all testimony. The BZA secretary or their designated representative is going to identify you when it is time for you to speak. You must be sworn in under oath to provide testimony. At this time, since we only have 4 board members, we're going to ask if you consent to 4 members. This means all board members need to vote in favor of your project for it to pass. If not, we will discuss a continuance date for you to have the opportunity for 5 board members. If you choose to proceed, applicants are going to receive 15 minutes for their presentation. All other individuals are going to be allowed 2 minutes if you represent a single interest like yourself, or 5 minutes if you represent if you're like the president of an established organization, neighborhood association, HOA, nonprofit, etc. Everyone, including board members, city staff, and members of the public, need to speak clearly into their microphones. You will be hearing an alarm when your allotted time is over, so please be respectful and wrap up your statement once you hear that alarm. No repetitive or irrelevant testimony, please. And if you wish to admit any exhibits, maps, your presentations, photos, etc., have those ready to share on your screen. There is a box. It should be green. It's got a red arrow that points up. You're going to hit this button when it is time for you to, share your exhibits if admitted. If they are admitted, you will need to also email them to the assigned planner on the case for record-keeping purposes. And the chat box is only for questions about the agenda or any issues with Zoom. Merits of the case cannot be discussed in the chat box. And that concludes my overview of the online meeting.
Thank you, Anna. Before we start to review cases, I would like to swear in all city staff members who are presenting or testifying today. If you are online, please turn on your camera and microphone and prepare to be sworn in. Anna, tell me when they're ready.
We have everyone.
Please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this meeting today?
I do. Anna Nansky. Stephanie
Soldari, I do.
Connor
Tomlin, I do.
Thank you. Anna, I'm going to turn it over to you to identify the continuances and or dismissals for this hybrid meeting today.
Uh, from a housekeeping perspective, we're going to deal with A in December.
Wait, say that again.
The housekeeping item A, we're going to review in December.
Oh, okay.
It's at the beginning of the docket.
Yes, I see that. Yeah. Thank you.
21, this is case CD BZA 2024-138. This is a request to appeal city staff's determination on the revocation of an approved alternative compliance parking plan on about 0.138 acres, generally located at the southwest corner of East 69th Street and Prospect Avenue. This is a continuance request to November 13th. We also have docket item 23. This is case CD BZA 2024-52, request to appeal determinations related to a denied temporary use permit on about 2.29 acres, generally located at 5005 North Brighton Avenue. This is also a continuance request to November 13th. That concludes the continuance requests for this day.
Okay. Board members, or excuse me, those in the general audience, do you have any comments on those dismissals only and continuances? Anna, any hands?
Yep, we've got 2 hands raised right now, so I'm promoting them. First is Clara. And Kristen Ellis-Johnson. Clara has been connected. You're up first.
Okay. And before I swear you in, is it for Carla and Kristen, are you commenting only on these continuances? You are? And Carla, the same for you? I can hear you now, Carla. I can't see you, but I can hear you. You went mute again, Carla. Where'd you go? There you are. Unmute. Carla. Please unmute your microphone.
There, testing there. 1, 2.
There you go. And you're commenting only on the continuances, right? Carla?
Testing 1, 2.
Carla, I can hear you, sir. Says Carla.
It appears that they can't hear us. They're for docket item 23.
They're for 23?
Correct. Okay. And the reason why this is being continued is because we're waiting on the rezoning determination.
Okay. Kristen, are you here on that case also, 23?
No, sir. I am here on case number 20, and we had also requested continuance. So I'm happy to talk about that now or after, but just wanted to also note there's not a quorum present for the case that's continued.
That's fine, Kristen. You're good. So give me a second. Carla, can you turn up your microphone, turn up the volume on your speaker?
How about now?
Yeah, good. I can hear you. What about you to me?
It says it's unmuted. It was working fine a moment ago when I sat down. And it's up to 99%.
Carla.
Maybe I need to switch
somebody.
Camera. Testing 1, 2, 3. Audio settings. See, it's full. Check 1, 2, 3. Test.
Yes, hello.
Test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Check,
Mr.
check,
Chair.
check, check, check.
Yeah,
Mr. Chair, they can hear, we can hear them, but they can't hear us. So I'm going to message them.
okay.
Let's
And in the
proceed forward.
And in the meantime, to move things forward, because we're limited on time with Maggie, board members, could I get a motion, at least on item 23 on the continuance?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to continue
21.
docket item 21 to November 13th.
Well, Carla they want to testify on that one, so we better not do that one. Let's do docket 23.
Mr. Chair, so
Carlos-
Carlos for 23.
Carla's there for 23.
Correct.
Okay, then you're right, Michael. Let's do 21, or Jazz, whoever was saying.
Should we do 20 also? Because Kristen is
Yeah,
at.
I'm not, might as well, because Kristen wants that.
Right.
But again, I've got to ask for testimony. Anybody who wants to testify on docket number 20 for the continuance, please raise your hand.
Miss Neighbors is online. I've connected them.
Okay, thank you. Miss Neighbors, can you turn on your camera and microphone? And if you're here on the continuance of docket number 20, 21, or 23,
And
Miss
Felicia
Neighbors.
George.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Neighbors. Are you here on docket 20,
I
21, or
absolutely am.
23?
I am here on docket 20.
Okay, and they've requested continuance.
And I would like to ask the committee not to grant that continuance. We have been getting continued since June of last year, and there are 4 capable members of the committee present today who are capable of doing this job. And so
All
I
right,
ask that there not
Yeah,
be a continuance.
so again, Miss Neighbors, the applicant has the opportunity to ask for 5 people. If we don't have 5, because we're missing 3 of our members today, she can get an automatic continuance with no negativity from us or from you. So it will be continued to some docket according to what Anna will suggest here.
I
And I apologize.
Okay, may I make a suggestion, please, that this case be heard in the next full session of the BZA and not continued for months down the line? It needs to, the next time that you all have your proper quorum in place, and not 3 months down the line, not 2 months down the line, next week or the week after, you guys meet, and you all should be able to hear this case with full committee so that we can get this taken care of.
Right. And our next meeting will not be until we only meet the second Wednesday of each month with an overflow meeting on Friday. Our next meeting will be in November on November 13. So that will be our next full committee meeting. And hopefully Anna will put that in the full docket for that Wednesday meeting and not be an overflow case for Friday.
I would appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Miss Neighbors.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Kristen, excuse me. So Miss Johnson, you heard that. We're going to continue that to the November docket. All right.
Yes. And just one point to note, the city council has held the MPD on this case until November 14th for a vote. So I would ask for 1 additional month until continuance.
I disagree. I disagree because the BZA has had this case and they do still need to rule on this case despite whatever the city council decides to do. They have the documents for the MPD. It has been in place for months now. They have reviewed it. They get to make their decision despite whatever the city council has to say. I urge you,
Miss Neighbors,
Chairman
we're going to put her on the November docket. She's
Thank
going to go
you.
on the November docket.
Thank you so much.
See what happens then. Okay. All right. So I think I heard we have a motion on 20, 21.
And hold on, one
Yeah.
more, Felicia George to testify on the continuance.
All right, where did she go?
100% with Miss Neighbors. This has been going on too long. We need to get this rectified ASAP.
Okay. Again, same, I'm sure you heard me tell Miss Neighbors,
did.
unfortunately, we only have four people. And the applicant has the opportunity request for 5. She's requested for 5. So we're moving this to November docket.
I'll just make a quick comment on this. I would just like to say I'm sympathetic to Miss Neighbors and Miss George's concerns about us having pushed off this matter for so long. And I just to put it out there, it is very normal for us to continue a case whenever we only have 4 board members. So we won't be able to hear it today, but I would also be very interested in hearing this case the next time we have a full quorum, as they've said. But yeah, I've personally re-reviewed all of the background on this case, so I'm ready whenever we have 5. So yeah.
Thank
Sounds
you.
great. Thank
I
you,
second
Jazz.
that, and I agree 100%, Jazz.
Thank you.
All right. So
So I'll make a
And-
motion.
And I'm so sorry for interrupting. I did get a message from the individuals interested in docket item 23. Just to clarify, this is being continued just procedurally to November, because when we had to publish the agenda, the city council did not have time yet to vote on the rezoning.
okay.
So we're dealing with this in November, just so the city council's decision can catch up.
Good. So we back to the motions again to continue docket 20.
So now you can consider 20, 21, and 23.
Okay.
Wait,
Michael,
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to continue docket item 20, 21, and 23 to the November 13th date.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Moran. Anna? Where'd she go?
Okay, I'm right here. We have Moran,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Meyer,
Aye.
Ebbets.
All right. Those are continued to the November 13th docket. Anna, what's our next case?
Thank you all for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
1 second, let me. Okay, moving on to docket item 22. This is case CD BZA 2024-127. This is a request to approve a variance to the required setback in an R7.5 zoning district, which is a residential zoning district, to permit the reconstruction of a deck plus any additional variances on about 0.27 acres, generally located at 5004 Northwest 66th Street. Connor Tomlin is the staff planner associated with this case. You are the applicant on this one. Please raise your hand now so we can identify you for the public hearing. Connor, do you recognize Tim Davis?
Ms. Davis Construction.
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, that is the applicant.
We also need the property owner in attendance with this one as well.
Should be Stuart and Rhonda Cohen, I believe, if they're online. That
Yes,
is.
I am promoting Stuart Cohen and Tim Davis.
Stuart,
they
I see.
are all connected.
Yeah, Stuart, unmute, and Mr. Davis, Tim Davis, unmute as well. If you have cameras, please turn them on to get you sworn in. Tim, unmute, please. There's Mr. Cohen. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Jim Davis. Connecting to audio. That must be him. Nope, that's Sarah Copeland.
Can you hear me now?
I sure can, sir. Do you have a camera? If you don't,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Turning it on now.
Great. I'm going to swear you both in, Mr. Davis and Mr. Cohen. Please raise your right hands to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this meeting today?
Yes.
Please state your name for the court reporter, Mr. Davis.
Tim Davis.
Thank you. And the other gentleman, I do or I don't, and state your name for the court reporter.
I do. And Stuart Cohen, property owner.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Davis, Mr. Cohen, we only have 4 members today. That means we normally have 5, but 3 are sick or out of the office. And you can get an automatic continuance with no fee to the November docket so we have all 5. If we hear your case today and we have a negative vote, your case will not be approved. If you go with 5 members, you have the possibility of you have 1 negative vote and your case will still pass. What would you like to do?
I think we can go forward. This is pretty straightforward.
Okay. All right. I've sworn. There's a list of administrative exhibits labeled 1 to 9 that we need to admit for your case today. Do we have your permission to admit those?
Yes.
Okay, who's speaking? Mr. Davis, are you the speaker on the case?
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Okay.
Yeah.
One of those is a presentation by Connor Tomlin of city staff to tell us about the case. Connor, you're on. Thank you.
Sure. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Fantastic. So today we've got docket item 22, CD BZA 2024-127, located at 5004 Northwest 66th Street. This is an R75 zoning district. The applicant is seeking approval of a variance to the minimum side yard setbacks to permit reconstruction of an existing deck. This is the general location of the site. This is a closer look at the site itself. This is the site plan. You'll see back here outlined you have that deck that is to be reconstructed. Back to this picture, you can't see it because of the shade from the home. The variance request is a variance of 2.5 feet to the minimum required side setbacks to permit a side setback of 5 feet on the subject site. Again, that variation is 2.5 feet. A substantial change to the character of the neighborhood is not anticipated. The existing property has been at this setback since construction. The reconstruction of this existing deck triggers the need for a variance. The difficulty cannot be obviated through a change of design due to the home being placed where it is since construction. And that completes my presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Tomlin. Mr. Davis, why should we approve your request today, sir?
The deck is existing. It is the fire exit, the egress from the house. And it was built that way 25, 30 years ago when the house was built. The setback is a result of a parcel viewer drawing. The prevailing lot lines are actually wider than the parcel viewer, so I'm not sure that the parcel viewer is correct. But in any case, the deck needs to go back as a fire egress from the house. And the current deck is very unstable.
All right. Thank you. Do we have anyone in the Zoom audience who's either for or against this case? Please raise your hand to be recognized by Miss Anna.
Seeing none.
Thank you. Board members, do you have any questions or comments to Mr. Davis on this case or to city staff? Hearing none, motions?
I'll make a motion, docket item 22, case number 127. I recommend we approve the applicant's request in accordance with staff report and site plan.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Moran. Anna, please call the roll.
Moran,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Meyer,
Aye.
Ebbets.
Aye. Your project is approved, Mr. Davis. Thank you. Good luck with it. And thanks again for coming, Mr. Cohen. You didn't say much, but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Anna,
Okay.
Maggie Moran, are you still out of here at 9:35?
Yeah, I've got about 7 minutes till I need to leave.
Oh,
Okay, thank you. All right.
okay. We've got doc item 24. This is case CD BZA 2024-81. I mean, do we want to proceed forward? This case is going to take more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Do they want to go forward with 4 board members? We could check that first, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anna?
This is a request to approve a variance in an R 2.5 district to permit a digital sign be located in a residentially zoned parcel, plus any additional variances on about 19.77 acres, generally located at 1801 White Avenue. Connor Tomlin is staff planner associated with this case. I see the applicant online. I'm promoting them. Douglas.
Where did he go? Where's Douglas?
They're connected.
Is that the D-Day? Is that him?
Yeah, that would be him.
Okay. Douglas, can you turn on your camera and microphone, please?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. I'm going to swear you in real quickly here. We may not hear your case, but do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, nothing but the truth in this meeting today?
I do.
And please state your name for the court reporter.
Douglas Day.
Thank you, sir. We only have 4 board members here today. That means you've got to get a unanimous approval from all 4 of us for your case to go forward. Your other option is to continue this to the November docket when we should have 5 members or maybe even 6 to hear your case. There you could have 1 negative vote and still your case would still be approved. Do you want to continue it today? Do you want to hear it today or do you want to continue it?
I'd like to hear it today, but it sounds like we're going to be cut short.
No, we may move you to a different time, but so again, you only have any negative votes, sir, and your project will fail. I want to make sure you understand that.
I'd say move forward.
So hear it today.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's going to take some time. Anna?
I mean, if it's going to take some time and you're going to have to reschedule for later today, is that what you were saying?
I think so. I think that's what's going to.
I can't do later today. I'm in South Bend, Indiana, and I'm postponing my tour of Notre Dame Stadium with my son for this. So
yeah.
If you're not going to be able to hear us today, I guess we'll just continue to November then, if we can.
Yeah, it might be best. Sometimes sign cases are sometimes viewed in different ways. So I think that's probably a wise decision to move it to November. So if that's okay with you, sir, we're going to move this case to the November 13th docket.
Okay.
Okay. Enjoy Notre Dame. Thank you for coming before us and good luck with your son's admittance.
Thank you.
All right. Anna?
Need a motion to continue to November?
Yes, November 13th.
Correct.
Board members, can I get a motion for that?
I'll move that we continue docket item number 24, case number 81 to the November 13th meeting.
Motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jazz.
Okay, Moran?
Aye.
Hayes?
Aye.
Meyer?
Michael, you muted.
Aye.
Ebbets?
Thank you. Aye. That case is moved. So Anna, we're going to lose Maggie here in a second. Do you want to should we reconvene at, I don't know, Maggie, you going to be back at 10:45 or are you done for the day?
No, I'll be back at 10:05. So a little bit
So
after.
we could, yeah, maybe 10:15 or 10:30 to give her time.
Does that work for the other 2 board members?
Michael,
I'll say that
Jazz?
works for me, yeah.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, I
Okay.
guess then, yeah, we'll be on break until Maggie gets back.
Okay, which would be, Maggie, you want to say 10:15? Does that give you enough time? You want to say 10:30?
10:15, like I said, I can be back by just a little bit
No,
after.
let's do 10:15. No rush. Don't want
All right,
anything to
sounds
happen.
good. All right.
Okay, so we're going to pause the meeting till 10:15. Yes? Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry, my chat is disabled. So yes, John Mayfield, I'm the court reporter.
I sent an email and were you able to get in for the whole thing?
Hi, Meredith. Yes, I've been on since the beginning.
I'm sorry. I had to resend invite, and so I was worried that I didn't give you the opportunity. So I apologize for a desperate email.
That's okay.
Okay. And thank you very much for hanging out with us.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and I'll let you get back to a nice little break here.
Okay. Is it possible to get my chat enabled, or is it just going to be because of the webinar?
I think it's because of the webinar.
Okay.
I sent you something. I'll try to I'll try to do it again.
Okay.
I'll try to fix it, but I'll see if I have the ability to do that. So
Okay, no worries. And just one more question. At the end, I mean, maybe you can answer now, but at the end, I just need to know if you guys want um, the transcript. I was told that most of the time you guys do not, but
um we do
sorry, you're cutting out. I'm sorry.
we do order it if we have um a case that requires it, we can go back and order it. But usually we don't, but we do have it available.
Okay, so I'll just put down that, you guys will request it if needed.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Meredith. I'll be here.
All right, thank you again.
For sure. Hey, Meredith, to answer your question on the chat, no, I'm not able to access it yet.
Anybody back?
I am here, sir.
Okay, that's great. I see Michael's coming on. Maggie looks like she's coming on, and Jazz, there's Jazz. So I think we're good once Anna gets her act together.
I'm here.
Okay, Anna, I think we're ready to continue
Okay.
at 10:15. Yes.
Let's
Thank
see.
you.
Connor's on. Great. Okay, so we're going to call case 25 CD BZA 2024-124. This is a request to approve a special exception to permit a fence greater than 4 feet in the front yard in an R7.5 zoning district, plus any additional variances on about 0.43 acres, generally located at 511 Gladstone Boulevard. I see the property owner online, so I will admit them. They're connected.
Okay. Good. Hello, Ms. Duma. A second. Anna, did you ask if there's any other people in the audience who are interested in this case?
Nope. This is a reminder for anyone else online who wishes to provide public testimony on this item to please raise their hand now so we can identify you for the public hearing. Seeing none.
Okay, great. Good morning, Ms. Duma. We only have 4 board members here today. That means you must get unanimous approval of your request for it to proceed forward, or you could delay till November 13th and have a full board.
Chairman Ebbets, this is a fence case, and I think under Municipal Code Section 27-11F, I only need a majority. I just want to confirm that because that does change my mind.
Yeah. Anna? I should know all the rules, Megan, but I know a lot of them, but not every single one. So I have to defer
that
to.
is true. She would need 3 votes.
Okay. So,
I will proceed if I only need 3 votes.
So I'm going, and before I swear you in, Anna, anyone else in the audience, did you see?
No one else has raised their hand.
Okay. Megan, please raise your hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this meeting today?
I do.
And please state your name again for the court reporter.
Megan Duma.
Thank you. Part of your case involves the admission of exhibits, usually labeled 1 to 9. I'm looking for those now. I'll find them here in just a second.
This item's 10.
Okay, 10 items. Do you have any problem with those admitting?
No
To
objection.
hear your case? Great, thank you. Part of that is a presentation by city staff, Connor Tomlin. Connor, tell us about the case.
Sure. Today we have docket item 25, CD BZA 2024-124, located at 511 Gladstone Boulevard. This is an R75 district. The applicant is seeking approval of a special exception to permit a fence height greater than 4 feet in the front yard, plus any additional variances. This is the general location of the site. A closer look at the site itself. This is the site plan. It may be easier to zoom in on your staff reports. You'll see kind of a thin black line here with some hatches on it. I believe that is meant to represent the fence. This is a look at the site itself. A couple more pictures of the site that were sent over to me. I will allow Ms. Newman to speak to this once I finish up, but I believe these are similar fences in the area to what she is proposing. This is the proposed fence style. The variance request is a variance of 2 feet, or I'm sorry, a special exception of 2 feet to the maximum height of a fence in the front yard of the property to permit a fence height of 6 feet on the subject site. A substantial change to the character of the neighborhood is anticipated. Most properties do not have fences in this area. There is a property to the south, as seen in that picture, with similar fencing to what's proposed. However, it's difficult for me to determine the height based just from Doodle Street View. I'll allow Ms. Duma to speak more to that in a moment, and the difficulty could be obviated through a change of design. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Connor. Do board members have any questions of Mr. Tomlin? Hearing none. Ms. Duma, why should we approve your request today?
You should approve it for 2 reasons. Safety of the guests that will be at this house and safety of the historic home itself. As you remember from last month, I got approval to operate as to sleep 16 guests and to invite 30 additional guests for micro events. So my first point is for the safety of the people here, and also so I can help monitor and make sure that I am following your guys's limitations on my special use permit, and not having entrances that I don't have cameras or something on. We're ready to launch. I'm hosting an opening house on November 1st, 2024 for anybody of the public that wants to come. And I think that especially in this neighborhood and on my street right here, I'm actually at Gladstone right now. I'm looking at the fences. They are 6 feet on both sides of the pictures that you saw. And the reason is security. We have a big homeless population here. We have there's a home on Monday nights. They feed the homeless right up the street, right off of Independence, 3 blocks down. And on Monday nights in particular, there's a lot of people that come down this road and will just hop up on my property. And so we haven't had guests yet, but when we do, that's not going to make them feel safe, and it doesn't really make me feel safe either when I'm here with my family and my kids. So the second thing is, and is not equally important, human beings are 10 times more important than old houses. But in order, I had mentioned during our last hearing that on this block, like this city block, people have broken in and burned down houses, and it continues to happen. They just come in off of Independence, and they'll break through boarded up windows, they'll break windows, they'll break doors. And if that were to happen here, there would be woodwork that literally you cannot replicate. I cannot get new woodwork like this historic property. So it's for the safety of the home, especially because it's a historically designated home with craftsmanship that was done in the 1880s that cannot be replicated. And it has a special use that has a heightened need for security, because we'll have visitors from outside Kansas City who aren't familiar with the area and may not be aware of the dangers that exist presently that we're trying to help make better.
Okay. Board members, any other questions of Ms. Duma? I do like the style of fence, Ms. Duma, on the where you can see through it, and it matches the other fences in the neighborhood, which you're trying to do. So.
I mean, I can show you guys, like, this is an example right here. This is the property. This is where we need the fence. That's Independence Avenue.
Yep.
And it really does go with the home, as you can see here. Like, this is a huge deck. The code says that we come off of this wall right here where the door is. All I'm asking is to come off of where the porch is. And the porch really is an iconic piece of the home. So it makes more sense to come off of this grand architecture porch.
Right.
I mean, it looks good. It doesn't look bad. It's not gonna, it looks good. And it's steel as well. So we're ordering a steel fence.
Right. All right. Board members, comments, questions, motions?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Moran.
In docket item number 25, case number 124, I move that we grant the request for the special exception in accordance with the site plan and staff report, and in the style that's shown in the staff report with the steel, the proposed steel fence. That's it.
I'll second. Thank you, Mr. Meyer. Anna?
Moran,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Meyer,
Aye.
Ebbets.
Aye. Your project is approved, Ms. Duma. Good luck with it. Thank you very much for coming for us today.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Bye.
Sure.
Okay, last case for today, CD BZA 2024-77. This is docket item 26, a request to approve a variance for the accessory structure standards to allow for a shorter setback for a swimming pool plus any other needed variances in the Shoal Creek zoning district on about 0.35 acres, generally located at 85 8541 North McKinley Avenue. Stephanie Saldari is the staff planner associated with this case. I see the property owner online. I will promote them, and there's no one else online, so there's no one else to promote. You're muted, Mark.
Oh, I'm muted? Yikes. No, I'm not.
We
Am I?
can hear you now. You were talking,
Okay.
we didn't hear any audio, but you're back now.
Okay, thank you. Could you, wait, I'm sorry, I've got to find out where that person is. Is it
Neil?
Neil? There he is.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hi.
Kind of look through the Zoom windows here. Neil, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this meeting today?
Yes, Neil Anson, I do.
And thank you, Neil. Would you please state your, oh yeah, you already stated your name. Sir, we only have 4 members here today. We normally have 5. Let's see here. This is a variance, so you'd have to have unanimous approval for this to proceed forward, or you could move your date to, with no fee, to the November 13th hearing and have all 5 of us in front of you. What would you like to do today, sir?
I'd like to go ahead and proceed.
Okay. Good. There's a list of administrative exhibits labeled, sorry, I've got to get it up here again, sorry. Did I mute again? Sorry, let me get rid of that. Labeled 1 to 9 for us to hear your case. Do we have your permission to admit those?
Yes.
Great, those are admitted. One of those is a presentation by Ms. Saldari on your case. Stephanie, tell us all about it.
All right. So we got docket item number 6, CD BCA 2024-77, located on 8541 North McKinley Avenue. It is in the Shoal Creek zoning district, and the applicant is seeking an approval of a variance to the setbacks for a swimming pool to allow for it to be closer to the primary structure. All right, so the subject site is located up north in Shoal Creek. So this is from parcel view. However, it is not updated. The house has been built since we've received these images from parcel viewer. So here is the house, the backyard of the house. So you can see there is a retaining wall back here, which will come into play here in a bit. So here is the site plan for the pool. It's a 12 by 26 feet. This white line is the retaining wall. And then my last slide, this is a variance of 4 feet to the swimming pool separation requirements to permit a setback of 6 feet from the primary structure on the subject site. The requirement is 10 feet. A change to the character of the neighborhood is anticipated because this would contradict the accessory use standards. The pool could be moved 4 feet back towards the rear property line, but because of that retaining wall, it most likely would not hold the weight of the pool if it's pushed back. But the width of the pool could be decreased by 4 feet to meet that required setback. And that is the end of my presentation.
All right. Mr. Anson, first of all, questions by board members of city staff? And Anna, do you see anyone in the audience that is interested in this case?
There is none.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Anson, why should we approve your request today?
Well, the project plan from our pool company states that if we don't have that variance approved, the pool is not going to fit in the structure or the area required because of that retaining wall. We would have to change the width of the pool to about 8 feet, which would really make it a project we would not pursue at that point. So we're requesting the variance for the setback.
Okay. Any safety concerns being that close to the house, sir?
No, in my opinion, there's not. We were told by the pool company that it's not going to impede on the foundation in any way. The structure that it's actually the water line is going to be closest to is actually a concrete pad, and the actual house itself is further back from the water line than that.
All right. Okay. Board members, other questions of Mr. Hanson? Any neighbor opposition, Mr. Hanson?
I've not had any. We don't have anybody to the north of us, on the south side of us. The towns, they have not mentioned anything.
Okay. It looked like from the aerial shot there was a pool on your neighbor's property. Does he have
That's
one?
correct. Mm-hmm.
Right. Do you think he needed a variance? Was that closer to his house than?
I doubt it, because they have a deeper backyard. So we had a very steep grade to our backyard, and it's a pretty narrow backyard.
Okay.
I mean, the hardship seems somewhat clear here with the retaining wall there. But yeah, that's my observation.
I agree.
No. Any motions, anybody? Or any
I'll
other
make a motion.
comments? Okay, thank you, Jazz.
Hold on, let me get my docket up. On docket item 26, case number 77, I move that we grant the variance in accordance with site plan and staff report.
I have a
Second.
motion. Do I have? Thank you, Ms. Moran. Motion and second. Anna, please call the roll.
Moran,
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye.
Meyer,
Aye.
Ebbets.
Aye. Your project is approved, Neil. Thank you very much for coming before
I
us.
appreciate your time, guys. Thank you very much.
Sure. And that concludes the cases of today on October 11th, our extra session. We'll see you guys on November 13th. Everyone have a good Halloween.
Pause. Do you want to review the 2025 calendar?
Sure. Are we doing the second
my,
Wednesday?
My screen, and we can send this out via email as well. But it's standard procedure as we've done this year, except for the overflow meetings being on the third Friday of the month instead of during the same week, as requested by the board.
So you have meeting dates for 2 days in Wait, why am I confused here? BZA meeting, the second, yeah.
So rather than the overflow occurring on the Friday the same week as the original meeting, it would occur the week after, so that we're not cramming all the meetings in 1 week, so that things can be spaced out a little bit. I think board member Mixdorf particularly was concerned about this change, and I think I'd be supportive of it.
Yep, me too.
I'm in support.
I have
So
a question.
Anna, it says January 8 and 25 in January. What does that mean? BZA meeting date, second Wednesday, but you had, oh, sorry, I got it, 2025.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at something else. Yes. And I'm okay with the overflow dates.
I have a question about the overflow.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, we were just doing overflow if we ran out of time on the Wednesday, but now it looks like, at least this week, you didn't run out of time, but you went ahead and scheduled the overflow anyway. I don't really get what the policy is on that. Is that the new thing, that we won't hear the last few cases on the regular day, even if we have time?
Correct. So people were expressing grievances about the last minute nature of creating the overflow meeting on the Wednesday, like while we were in the hearing. So we did a couple of months where we ahead of time created a cutoff time or case number for the hearing, and then automatically switching everyone who was after that point to Friday so people could be more prepared for that Friday meeting and make, accommodations.
Okay, I mean, it's just more difficult for the board, I think most of us board members would just as soon try to do it on one day if we can, if we have a quick docket, but I guess whatever staff needs to do.
Well, I've heard those comments from both board members and applicants.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the
So-
concern is that when we tell applicants like, hey, your case is going to be heard Wednesday, and then they show up and they get all ready, and then it gets postponed to Friday, they're showing up to meetings that they can't participate in. And so I think that measure is kind of to help that towards like ahead of time, they know that they're not even going to be considered on Wednesday. They should just wait until the Friday. It's just managing expectations, I think.
Okay.
And Jazz, I kind of agree with that, except that I'd like to maybe try to, because Anna, you have great experience on how this board operates, and perhaps you can, I think we were out at 2:15 on Wednesday, I think, maybe 2:30. So we could have taken another 3 or 4 cases and maybe even finish that whole docket on Wednesday. So maybe you could add a few more cases into the system. And if we find, I think we all agree we're on a hard stop at 4 o'clock or 3:45, should I say. So I think we could have taken some more cases, and maybe with your experience level, you could add a few more into the docket to make sure we hear as much as we can on Wednesday, Anna. Thank you.
Yeah, understood. I do consider roughly how much time each case should last. Sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 20 cases. Then of course there's those last minute continuances that can affect things that no one can predict, but understood.
Right. All right. Sounds good. Everybody okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to approve that, Anna, or is that just discussion on the
That was just
dockets?
discussion.
Okay. And I think that's it, right? And we'll do the amendment of the rules and regulations at our next full board meeting.
In December.
Yes, right.
Great, thank you.
Okay, we're good. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
You
We'll
too.
see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yep.